For great value, quality and choice of hundreds of used cars, trust ZuCar.ie to buy or sell your car. Proud performance partner of the LGFA.
Kevin, what's it like to be back in Croke Park here today?
It's fantastic to be here today for this event. Generally, we have rain here, so it's a lovely day, and great to be here. I'm very proud of to be involved in the LGFA, particularly in the 50th year, and great to be sponsoring such a great bunch.
They just celebrated 50 years last week, and of course that's looking back, but looking forward, these girls are the future.
It's fantastic to see such commitment, such passion, such energy, such drive from them, and it's really the future's bright with such great youngsters playing the game.
And you've been behind that for the last 2-3 years now, so you're sort of like sponsoring the next generation.
We've been involved with the LGFA, our ZuCar business, for 3 years, and it's been fantastic. The association has been great, and great to be involved, and so proud of all the hard work that everybody does, and the girls are absolutely fantastic.
For great value, quality and choice of hundreds of used cars, trust ZuCar.ie to buy or sell your car. Proud performance partner of the LGFA.
Sun shining very brightly. It's very warm here in Brewster Park in Enniskillen for the ZuCar All-Ireland Under-18 B final between Tyrone and Sligo, and we are looking at the Tyrone squad out there at the moment, just converging in the middle for a chat with one of their coaches. And there's a big squad there. One late change, by the way, for Tyrone. 19 in for 14. 14 is Catherine Moohan from Eden Dork. She scored 3-14 already in the championship. She's from St Patrick's Academy, Dungannon as well. That's where she goes to school. She's only 16, but she is being replaced from the start here by the number 19, Nicole Donaghy, from the same St Malachy's Eden Dork club. So that a late change for Tyrone. Other than that, we think everybody is going to play as selected. They've been running around getting warm as if they need to in these sort of conditions, but in the last 10 minutes it's got really hot out there. There's the captain, Saoirse Gormley from Carrickmore. We know all about her, and of course Sligo will know all about her as well. She scored 7 goals in one game earlier in the championship in the Ulster Gold final against Monaghan. Tyrone won that day 8-4 to 4-12, so they conceded a lot as well, but Saoirse scored 7 of their 8 goals. So she is the captain, and she is up against the Sligo captain, and there's Sligo over to our left. Their captain is Ciara Walsh from Turlestrand. So captain against captain there, and of course you would imagine that will be the major and most important matchup of the game, but you never know. So again, a few weeks ago, one was a star player we thought would dominate the game, but hardly got into it, so you just don't know. But on the day, you would usually expect Saoirse Gormley to turn up, and it will be interesting to see how Ciara Walsh copes with her, or if they maybe bring the likes of Cara King, the number 9 from Sligo, back to mark her. We will see. It will all unfold shortly in the ZuCar Under-18 B final in Brewster Park. It's free to watch on both YouTube and on Facebook, so feel free to go on to either of those, and you can leave a comment there for me as well. I did a walk of the pitch, as I usually try to do before a commentary, and it's quite squelchy, I think was the word that a Tyrone man used. I'm sure they know what that means around the rest of the country as well. So it's been a fair bit of rain has fallen as well, and it's quite soft in a few places. Could be a little bit slippy, and so that could make things even a little bit tricky, even though the sun has come out brightly here now in Fermanagh in the last 10 minutes or so. So it will be warm out there, but a little bit soft underfoot. It's Tyrone's first ever B final. They've been in the A final, first time ever in the B final. Sligo were in it last year and lost in the final to Kerry, so they're in the final for the second year in a row, and there they are warming up. As I say, they've done a lot of warming up and running over the last hour, and there is their number 6, their captain, Ciara Walsh from Turlestrand. So a lot on her shoulders today, but spoke to her in Croke Park during the week, and she's very capable, very mature young lady and a real leader of her team. And there's number 7, that's her friend Jade Gabidon from Giva. She was player of the match in the semi-final. So we'll be expecting big games from the players that I've mentioned, and we will go to the teams in a second, but we're going to go to the anthem in a couple of minutes. Maybe we'll just get to the teams now then. Let's do the teams, starting with Sligo. No changes as far as I know. The goalkeeper is Catherine Gallagher from St Nathy's. They're down near the Roscommon border, I think. So that shows the spread of Sligo. Number 2, Hazel Redican. 3, Leanne Galvin from Shamrock Gales. 4, Aving Durkin. 5, Emer Mitchell from Eastern Harps, as is Hazel, the number 2 behind her there. 6 is Ciara Walsh. 7 is Jade Gabidon. At midfield, Jasmine Dunleavy wearing 8, Cara King wearing 9. 10 is Anna McDaniel. 11, Kiva Flynn. And 12, Blahin Lavin, again from St Nathy's. 13, Gillian Monaghan from St Mary's. 14, Rachel McGoldrick from St John's, and I believe that is in Sligo. In fact, I think she's a soccer player with Sligo Rovers, only 16, but one to watch. And 15 is Ellen Giblin from Curry. Let's have a look at the Tyrone team, managed by Darren McCann, although I noticed he's from Errigal Kieran, but Barry McManus is in with him. And on the weekend that is in it, it's worth mentioning he's from St Peter's in Lurgan, an Armagh man. There'll be a bit of connection again as we go through the team, but let's go through it. Ella McCaffrey on goals from Eden Dork. 2, Tori McMullen from Oma St Enda's. 3, Emily Conlon from Moortown, or if you're up that part of the world, it's known as Merton. 4, Aoife Marlowe from Badoni, that's Gorchin. 5, Karen McCoubry from Kaleeshall, although she actually is at school at St Catherine's in Armagh. I told you there'd be another connection. 6, Emma McCrossan from Oma St Enda's. 7, Cora Quinn from Cull Island. 8, Aoife Quinn, also Cull Island, vice-captain. 9, Maeve Campbell from Ardbow. 10, Caitlin Crozier from Moortown, although she actually goes to school in St Pius and Maharafel, so a few connections around neighbouring counties up there. 11 is Saoirse Gormley. 12, Hannah Cavlin, and her dad, very famous man, Jared Cavlin, part of the great Tyrone team 20 years ago, alongside the, and this gets a bit confusing, the Canavans and Kavanaghs. There was a Cavlin there as well, Jared Cavlin, but Hannah here now, only 16 from Airua, and she scored 2 points so far in the championship. 13, another famous name for its area, Sheehy and Cookstown. Amy Sheehy, 16-year-old from Cookstown, has scored 1-6, very famous, well-known bookshop in the centre of the town there, by the way. Sheehy's, very well known local proprietor there. 14, Catherine Moohan is not playing. 19 is in there instead, and 15 is Bree McBride, recognisable with a hairband. She's from Glenelly. Her mum Gail is in the background, and she is well known from Loretto in Omagh, where she was player of the match, I think, a couple of years ago when they won a schools title in Ulster as well. So those are the teams as we have them. Now we pause for the anthem. Croke Park can wait until tomorrow. We have our own All-Ireland final here in Brewster Park, the ZuCar Under-18 All-Ireland B final. Tyrone against Sligo. The subs come off the pitch, the mentors come off, the lines people go to the sides. It's all about the 15 against 15 out there. We have a great audience online watching and a great audience here. I'm looking down the stand here, and although our camera is on top of the stand, you can't see it, but believe me, the stand is almost full from one end to the other. Well, almost one end to the other. Massive crowd in for this game, huge interest in it. And online, Niamh O'Neill is tuning in from Melbourne. Let's go Tyrone. Hiya Niamh, how you doing? Are you keeping well out there? Cleona McCallan wishing our Tyrone girls all the very best today. And just to balance it, Ian Kennedy says good luck to Sligo. That's all on the YouTube feed, but it is also on Facebook, so you have a choice of where to watch it. Keep the messages coming there, and I'll keep an eye on those messages as we go on. I'll try to keep everybody informed. And the supporters coming in beside me right now, a lot of Tyrone jerseys coming in, and I see a lot of signatures on the back of them too, and they're all coming in there. No, and there's people trying to move in beside me, and I'm saying no, there's microphones here and equipment here. They're all coming in last minute and trying to get the best seats, but they'll have to go down to the front of the stand. And they're all mixing in, of course, as we have in Gaelic games, the black and white of Sligo with the red and white of Tyrone, and that's the way it should be, although I think there's more Sligo around me than Tyrone, but we'll see. I noticed the great Ailish Gormley over to my left just a minute ago, and she's an auntie of Saoirse Gormley, the Tyrone captain. We get underway. The referee is sorry, I'm getting flustered again because people still trying to come in, people coming in at the last minute here, but it's Ray McBride as the referee from Round Towers in Clondalkin in Dublin, all the way down here to Fermanagh. The fourth official is Kieran Groom from County Offaly, and on the line we have Anya Martin from Fermanagh, not too far for her to travel, and Marie Brady from Monaghan just down the road as well. Sligo go looking for the first score with their captain. It's Ciara Walsh. Ciara trying to get through. She's going to get a free there. She'd lost possession, but the referee says there was an illegal tackle on her, so a chance for her to get a score. And I just thought it was interesting looking at the scores from earlier in the championship, and of course Saoirse got a lot of attention for the 7 goals, but in that same game Tyrone conceded 4-12, which was interesting. So I wonder, are they as tight at the back as they will need to be today? It's Sligo looking for the first score. She steps inside, strikes it well, and is that inside the post? It is. Sligo have the lead. Tactically, Saoirse Gormley has been picked up by Aoibhinn Durkin, the number 4 from Curry, from Sligo. So that's a switch there. Saoirse has been followed by the number 4, not the number 6. And of course, you saw the number 6, Ciara Walsh, up on attack. Saoirse now going looking for the ball, and you see the number 4 there. Actually, the number 2's picking her up now. But it doesn't matter because Sligo have the ball with Anna McDaniel. This is their midfielder, Dunleavy. Inside to Lavin. Gets inside the 45 and shrugs off a challenge. The referee lets that go. Good advantage here. There's room out on this side. Was she fouled there? No, she wasn't, but it does get to the intended target. It gets to Mitchell. And this is McGoldrick coming out, but forced to go back out. And you see there the number 15 for Tyrone, McBride, back in defence. I didn't think she would stay in the corner. So she, in fact, is playing at the minute. She's standing right in the full-back position. So she's obviously got a defensive job to do despite wearing number 15 for Tyrone. That's Walsh for Sligo, feeding it over to the left to Gabadon. She wants to come in on that right foot and does. A little bit of support coming in from Durkin. And looking around to see where everybody is shaping up tactically and where everybody's going. Well, it's Sligo on the attack and Tyrone just sitting in, and the ball forced to be kicked in long and high, and is, but that's easily taken in there for Tyrone. And Aoife Quinn will try and transition for them, and now Gormley, and there's that famous little injection of pace, dipping in and out of tackles as she does, and the referee has given her advantage. But that's the first sighting we've seen of Saoirse, and that's what she can do. The danger is there, the threat is there, but well away from the Sligo goal. And that's over carrying. She did a little shimmy there, she shimmy, but just held on and was maybe caught between two minds. And Sligo will be pleased with this lead. 1 score to no score, but also that they have repelled a couple of attacks and they've had most of the possession. Maybe just need to be a little bit patient when they go forward. They put a long high ball in before, but Tyrone are going to sit in there. And already I'm looking off camera, and Brie McBride again, just sitting in, not marking anyone, but sitting at full back. So Tyrone setting up their structure very defensively, as you see a lot in the modern game. So they'll maybe rely on the break, the transition, if they can get possession here and try and move quickly, as you saw a minute ago. Gormley closes in on King. King does well to hold possession, keep possession for her team and keep the pressure on, but can they find a way through? This is Dunleavy for Sligo. Just a little bit too far out, I think, and is that going to go all the way? It nearly went in the net, and the keeper did well, McCaffrey. Or could have dipped into the net, or could have fallen to the forward coming in, but she did very well to counter both of those opportunities. This is good from Tyrone. This is a transition that I was talking about, but that may have gone a little bit too far, and it has. Easily picked up by Redican. It's Sligo breaking again, and Tyrone have not got near the Sligo goal yet. Lots of players over here. That's because Tyrone have dropped so deep. Look at the white jerseys coming into play now. But this is McDaniel getting forward, and she gets support from Monaghan. I don't mean the county. The player is called Monaghan. That's a high one, but it's gone to the right and it's gone wide. And that is what Tyrone will try to do. They'll try to frustrate Sligo and make them shoot from distance. Nearly 5 minutes gone and just a 1 point on the board. Kick out by McCaffrey, goes high, as you can see, to the right, but Gabadon is going to pick that up very comfortably. Tyrone's kick out strategy not working so well so far. McDaniel again, and again she's allowed a bit of room by McBride, and then gets her kick in quite comfortably as well, and that will be a concern for Tyrone from the kick out. No challenge, and she was able to just go through there almost without a challenge as well and score very easily. 2 points to no score. Maybe there should be a bit of concern now for Tyrone. That kick out goes to the other side this time, and we're looking for the number 19 who came in. That's Donaghy, and she wasn't able to pick it up, just dropped it at the last minute, and Tyrone just looking a little bit nervy. They haven't settled. Their defensive structure is there, but Sligo are starting to find some joy, and this is Walsh. Well, it was blocked in there. Was it Monaghan back there possibly, or was it, or rather Sheehy was it, or McBride? I'm not sure. It looked like 13 or 15. No, it was definitely not 13. It was maybe 15, but they got the block in, Tyrone. Now what can they do in their attack? This is Crozier. Advantage given. Advantage not required. Tyrone have possession, but the problem now is they don't have enough players up. They have one very special player up, and it is going to filter all the way through. It just bounced, and maybe that's the issue with the surface I was telling you about. It just went away from the player, and Gormley's trying to do this all herself. That's very brave from her, but she's touched the ball on the ground, free out. And she just was on her own up there, really. There wasn't enough Tyrone players up there. That's going to be the problem if you leave so many players back. You can't just rely on Saoirse doing all the work up there and one or two other forwards with her, but that seems to be the Tyrone tactic at the minute. We'll see how that works out. It's obviously worked out pretty well so far in the championship. And just down to the right on the Tyrone sideline, I'm noticing Niamh Cleary. Most people around the ladies football circles around the country, apart from Tyrone, will know her as Niamh Woods, the great Niamh Woods, who only retired from playing a couple of years ago, school teacher from the Drumragh Sarsfields club, and was captain and probably player of the match, I think, when Tyrone won the All-Ireland Intermediate against Meath and Croke Park about 5 years ago. She's on the sideline there, and a lot of the girls obviously would look up to her. It's a good ball down into the corner, looking again for Saoirse. Saoirse picks it up one-handed. Off she goes, but it's a black wall in front of her. There is a foul. She keeps going and does get it over the bar, but I think the referee had already blown just before that, so they'll have to take the free. But there is the Tyrone tactic. Get it up to Saoirse. I'm looking around the field, and just to emphasise what I was saying, Tyrone now have maybe 5-6 players inside the 45, but 2 or 3 are only getting there now, so they don't get forward in numbers, and then there's a huge gap between the two 45s. And no players in there at all, and then Tyrone have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders sitting in their own half, so Tyrone trying to keep it very tight early doors. Saoirse steps inside, gets Tyrone's first score off the day. It's taken 8 minutes. And indeed, I think this will actually be Sligo's first kick out. Checking your messages online on YouTube and Facebook. Come to that in a second, but there's the quick kick out. We need to keep an eye on that. That was Gallagher's kick out. Worked well. And Sligo able to carry the ball up the field now and get it to Redican. Being chased by Sheehy. Not really many challenges going around this area of the field. It's the defensive structure waiting until they get into near the scoring area, and then they put in the challenges, or that's the plan. But Sligo have made a bit of a nonsense of that plan, and that's a nice score by Kiva Flynn from Owen Ruat, 3 points to 1. And again, the challenges did not come in. Short kick out to McBride, and McCaffrey becomes the sweeper keeper. Decent kick pass into Crozier. Kick pass works well at this level in particular. Never mind through the hands. If you can kick pass effectively, you can make a nonsense of all those structures. But there was a foul there which really held it all up, and Tyrone will become stuck. And it's another turnover from Sligo. They've done a lot of those. This is Giblin. Dips inside the tackle, and that's an ambitious ball, but there is the sweeper sitting in there, McBride. And she will pick that up rather easily. It's easy to use the cliche defences on top, but it's also easy for defences when they have so many players back. That's a good ball in from Sheehy. And this is Donaghy, and she shoots from the left-hand side, as you see, but it goes pretty well to the left as well. Shane McNulty on YouTube says good luck to Carrie McCoob from the London McNultys. Cara is from Kalisho, number 5 for Tyrone, so a little bit of support for her coming in. Thank you for that. Good kick out. And again, there's the kick pass I was telling you about. It can take 5 or 6 players out, and now they try to get in behind. That's a good ball over the top looking for McGoldrick. And she has a run now. They're chasing her down, but she's coming inside. Tackle comes in, and that was a good tackle. That was better from Tyrone, and it was the number 3 Emily Conlon from Merton. Goes to school in Cookstown at Holy Trinity Cookstown. That's Cavlin, and the referee giving a free for that challenge, and he's been very consistent on that in the early stages with the arm slapping in. Maeve Campbell now, back to Donaghy. A little bit of a tug in her, but she keeps going, looking for Sheehy. Tricky one for her to take, especially with the pressure from Durkin. Durkin does really well and forces the foul on her. .5 minutes have passed already. Feels like it's gone quite quickly, even though we only have a couple of scores really on the board. 4 plays, 1 with several scores, but 4 points in 12 minutes isn't exactly fireworks. No sightings of goal to talk about either, but Gillian Monaghan there does well, the number 13. That's a good effort from distance, and that's gone over. Free actually awarded for just before that for the foul. It was Emer Mitchell, I think, the number 5, who got the kick in. And quite a few frees. It's been a stop-start game. Louise Barnes on Facebook says, come on Sligo. And Brendan says, good luck to everybody. Thank you for that. This is Ellen Giblin. Puts a dangerous one in there. Well taken as well. There could be a goal chance here. It's blocked down. I think that was the aforementioned McCoubry who got the hand in there to block that. And that's a couple of times Tyrone have got blocks in there. They do get the numbers back, but they haven't always got the blocks in. But that occasion they did. That's Aoife Quinn under pressure, and it's stolen away by Cara King. King from Quinn. This is McGoldrick. And she takes a little bit of a knock there, as you can see. That was a painful one, but she keeps going. She'll walk that off. That's Kiva Flynn spreading the play to Walsh on her left foot. Takes a swing at it and gets it inside the post as well. Great point from the captain. Let's look at it again. I thought she was maybe going to try to come in on her right, but had a little bit of room and said, okay, I'll put it over. And that's 4 points to Sligo. They've scored 4 times. Tyrone have just scored the once. Big high kick out to the right-hand side. Gabadon got this the last time, and she's going to get there first again. And she's fouled as she went to get it. Tyrone not having great success from their kickouts, it has to be said. Gabadon will just require a little bit of treatment here. And the players, I think, will grab water, and they are grabbing water from wherever they can. It looks hot out there. It's quite cool under the stand here in Brewster Park, but definitely looks warm out on the pitch for these girls. Tyrone have only ever won 1 All-Ireland minor under 18. That was in 2000, when I believe they actually lost a game to Waterford, but got a phone call. In those days, maybe you didn't have the mobile phones, or not as much, but you got a phone call when they were going up the road to say you've actually won it, because Waterford had played a sub too many. They were in the A final against Dublin 12 years ago, 2012, the A final down in Birr. I was there that day, and they lost that day. So good to see Tyrone back in the final. And pressure being exerted there, but too much pressure, the hand coming in, and the referee again being very consistent on that. So the player on the ball, a lot of the times in the first 15 minutes, we're just coming up with the end of the first quarter. If you are on the ball and a challenge comes in slapping like that, the referee will give the free. Doesn't always happen, but this referee has been very strict on it. And that is going to go all the way over the bar, and that punishes the tackling. 5 points to 1 for Sligo. They've had a decent first quarter. 4 points isn't an awful lot though at minor level. Game can turn, but Tyrone haven't shown the threat that we anticipated going forward. That's Aoife Marlowe pumping it down the line, and again Sligo in the right place at the right time and coping very easily with the Tyrone attacks. And on the side here, Emer Mitchell has got in a good position and has been well found. The kick pass though, it looked like a little bit of a hand in the back, but referee says play on, so McGoldrick does for Sligo. Forced into the corner. Mitchell comes back out for them, but a lot of Tyrone jerseys there. There's only 2 Tyrone players in their own half, and that's a tricky one for the keeper, and she got it. Well, she needed a little bit of help, McCaffrey, and she got it. Now, how quickly can Tyrone transition? That's the key here. Tackling coming in from Lavin, forcing them back, and they've dropped possession, and Tyrone have done that quite a bit in the first quarter. Advantage given for Sligo, and they make their way to the middle, and the play goes on, but McBride is there again in the right place, and she's done that quite a bit. Now she's going to transition, but where are the options now? She gives it short to Crozier. This is better from Tyrone. This is much better, through the hands and attacking at pace, and they have players coming up to support, but they inevitably look for Gormley. Now, she was being marshalled there by Durkin, but they give it to her anyway, and she still wanted herself. She wanted to come in on the right, surely. They're shepherding her onto her left, but she still gets on her right, but there's just too many Sligo players there for Saoirse, and the crowd enjoyed that. They're coping very, very well with the Gormley threat, it has to be said, Sligo, but Tyrone will try again. Cora Quinn, and now the difference is that Sligo have a lot of players already back rather than trying to get back, so that element has gone. It has changed, and again the ball in is not sticking, and Sligo able to pick it up very easily. And as you see, a lot of black jerseys there, and Tyrone do not get forward in numbers. That's why they're all now coming in to challenge. They stay around this area of the field. It's more about holding, but it hasn't worked well so far. 17.5 minutes gone, and they trail by 5 points to 1. Sligo have got through several times and taken some very nice points, and they have had most of the play. Referee just ticking. Gives me a chance to check up online, and huge audience on YouTube, nearly 1,000 devices on there. As again the forwards steal a couple of yards, and it might be crucial. It is crucial. 6 points to 1 for Sligo. Sligo are enjoying their day in the sun. Beaten in the final last year, but they've made a great start here. 6 points to 1 after 18 minutes. That's a point every 3 minutes. Tyrone have just the one. They just can't seem to settle or get their hands on the ball. Tough tackling coming in from Mitchell, but too tough free for Tyrone. Looking up to my left again. Sligo have the players back. Who's this one going to break for? It might go all the way through to Donaghy. It does. Saoirse Gormley is sitting around the 13 metre line, but it doesn't get there. Sligo are stopping the supply at source, picking up so many loose balls around there. And they have players over now as they come forward. Mitchell always seems to be available on the right. Tyrone don't necessarily mark players. They're marking space, but it's not necessarily working, it has to be said. McGoldrick teasing them again, tormenting them again, getting it to Flynn. And again, McBride comes in. I think that's at least her 3rd block so far in the game. Well, her role is certainly proving very influential. She is doing her best to keep Sligo at bay, but Sligo are finding holes. They are finding ways through. Flynn slips it, and again a dig from distance by King. A tricky one for the keeper, but safe hands, and she immediately sets off looking for the return to Ella McCaffrey from Eden Dork. And it's this area here where they look to kick it, and it doesn't always work, but that's a decent enough pass, and it's well picked up by Caitlin Crozier. But Caitlin doesn't have many options, but holds on to possession. Campbell. Now they go for the kick pass over the first block of players, but again asking too much of Saoirse. She's outnumbered in there and comes back to tackle Walsh. The two captains collide. Durkin for Sligo, and it's still Durkin going forward from corner back. She wasn't afraid to go forward after winning the ball, but now she has lost possession, and that will be a free for Tyrone. On YouTube, Trevor McGoldrick wishing Sligo and Rachel McGoldrick the best from Uncle Trevor and cousins in Aberdeen. Thanks for that. Gary Clancy, best of luck to my cousin Jasmine, number 8 for Sligo, from the Clancys in Bundoran. I think, yeah, she is number 8, Jasmine Dunleavy. Thanks for those messages, and good to have you all in and watching the game. Tyrone centre half back, Emma McCrossan from Oma Sendendez gets it to Saoirse Gormley. Nips inside, 1-2 tackles, leaves it off. Tough challenge comes in, and she goes down, but referee gives advantage, and now we'll bring that back. And that was a very robust challenge, shall we say. And the referee standing over Saoirse, who is obviously feeling the effects of that, and he is now, is he reaching for his book? No, the referee isn't. I thought there might have been some kind of a tick there, but he doesn't seem to have. So it's just going to be a free in as we watch it again. And yeah, she just came across her. It was the number 7, I think. Jade. No, it wasn't Gabadon, was it? It was Gabadon, was it? Because she's on the ground as well. It was a little bit reckless, I thought, but the referee didn't seem to tick for it. But I guess Gormley is well used to this sort of tackling. When she gets the ball, the defences are on full alert. And you see there in the shot, by the way, or maybe just over to the right of our camera goes, to her right a little bit, you'll see Niamh Woods. There she is. One of the all-time Tyrone greats, all-star, and captain in Croke Park a couple of years ago. Well, 2018, time flies. Scored 2 goals that day, and they beat the great, well, what became the great Meath team that was coming through. But Tyrone won that day in Croke Park, and good to see Niamh Woods and now Niamh Cleary on the sideline. And good to see Saoirse Gormley recovering, and she's good to go again, just outside the D. And she got plenty of height, but I think that's gone to the left. And it has gone to the left. That's not like her, and it's not like Tyrone. They have not got into their stride. They've scored 1 point from a free, but we've had 22 minutes and they have yet to score from play. Catherine Gallagher. And again, Sligo, well, I was going to say they're doing better from their kickouts, their strategy working better, but then they lost possession. But they are able to get the short kickouts rather easily, Sligo, it would seem. Tyrone maybe just haven't got the numbers up there to pressure them from the kickouts, so they in effect give up possession there. But that unfortunate clash means we have a little bit of a hold up. It allows me to read out the Facebook message of Louise Barnes, says, I'm enjoying this. It's my first under-18 football game. We had a lot of that last week, hadn't we, with the hurling being seen across the UK. Maggie Hayland says, come on, Sligo. Louise, by the way, is supporting Sligo, just to be clear. So thank you for those messages coming in, and keeping an eye on those on Facebook and the ones on YouTube. So we've an audience in Aberdeen, Bundoran, Melbourne, and maybe a few other places as well. Now that kick has gone right across the middle, and Tyrone's kicking has been a little bit wayward, or maybe you could say a little bit ambitious. Sligo have coped very easily, and this number 4 Durkin is very tenacious, and she likes to get forward. Did well to hold on to the ball, but she's gasping for air now. It's so warm out there, and it's heavy going. A lot of the ball's just falling for Sligo quite nicely, I feel, as well. Some of it Tyrone's doing, but a little bit fortunate sometimes as well. But you make your own luck, and they've done that. Julianne Monaghan gets it back out now to King, and that's an ambitious effort. It's gone to the left though, and it's gone wide. And we're going to have a change now. And Tyrone have to make a change 24 minutes in. And they are reversing the change they announced before the game. And that means that number 19, Nicole Donaghy, is now coming off. And Catherine Moohan, who was named at to start at full forward, has now come in. And they're both from the same club, Eden Dork. Catherine has scored 314 in the championship. And she's 16 years old, and she goes straight into the full forward position. So Tyrone reverting to what they named during the week, but more to the point, realising they need to do something in there. And that kick out is going to be picked up by Giblin rather easily, and feeds it immediately to King, who had that shot a second ago. They try to work it into the shooting area. Giblin tries her luck, tricky one again for the keeper, and the bounce didn't seem kind, but she read it well. McCaffrey from the same club that I mentioned there, Eden Dork, St Malachy's. Same club as Dazzler, if you know your men's football. Just outside Dungannon in County Tyrone. That's McCoubry from Kaleeshall. Same club as the great Kevin Hub Hughes. There was a Laker Gale on him last year, or was it this year? It was this year. Anna McDaniel for Sligo, and again, pass is going astray, and Tyrone frustrated once again. Sligo inside the 45, trying to get into the scoring area. Lavin, she swings and shoots, and Sligo will have scored 6 points, but they wasted a lot as well. A lot has dropped into the keeper's arms, and that goes tamely wide. But on the balance of play, maybe 60-40, maybe even a bit higher for Sligo. Certainly most of the attacking has been from left to right. It's 26 minutes gone now exactly. A high kick out. And looking for Gormley, who does brilliantly to get it and scoop it up. And that's a great kick pass off the outside of her boot. And she is looking for the girl who's just come into the play for Moohan. Support from Cavlin. Cavlin gives it back to Moohan. Moohan out to prove that she should have been on from the start. Bursting through challenges, but the referee says free out. The Tyrone supporters not happy with that. But definitely more of an attacking threat there from Tyrone. Kick out went straight looking for Gormley, trying to get her into the game, whereas Sligo from their kick outs go short a lot just to get possession and work it up, but Tyrone have kicked it long. Hasn't always worked. That's a long kick out though, and it's dropped and well picked up and beautifully left off by Giblin for Sligo. Good composed play, and they are very good on the ball. Obviously a lot of players who have the experience from last year. They get it out to the number 9 King, who's had a lot of the play. Good movement from the Sligo players. You see 9 and 4 picking up all over the pitch, picking up good positions. This is McGoldrick. Not afraid to kick pass as well, and that's a very inventive little pass as well to Julianne Monaghan. They're forced to come back out to Giblin though. Tyrone chasing the player on the ball, shifting across, but they're leaving a bit of room. That's a decent effort. Oh! Kiva Flynn with a point of the game so far. 7 points to 1, and Sligo are running the show here in Enniskillen. After nearly 28 minutes, they have dominated the first half, and Tyrone have yet to score from play. It's getting more concerning by the moment for Tyrone. 2 minutes to half time, and Gormley is frantically trying to get on the ball, and they're trying to look for her as well, and she had no right to win that one, but she did in Gormley style. Nipped in there very tenaciously, and off she goes, shrugging off 1-2 challenges, and that's a super crossfield pass as well. This is what Tyrone fans have been expecting. It hasn't materialised as yet, but now the kick comes in, but it doesn't work. Crozier has blocked down, and Sligo have repelled that attack as well. Well, Tyrone are starting to pull out all the stops. They're trying everything, but it's just not working for them. Credit to Sligo. The Connacht girls come looking again for another score. They've coped incredibly well. And this is the girl who got the point a minute ago, Flynn. She's growing in confidence. That's lovely possession play. They've coped so well with everything Tyrone have thrown at them. And that's a great ball out to Gabby Dunn. Gabby Dunn from Giva, player of the match in the semi-final. Popped up all over the pitch, but everybody's popping up all over the pitch for them. That's well won though. Is it Crozier who's back there? I think it was, for Tyrone to get them possession. That's a nice little toe poke pass into Sheehy, and off she goes now. Now they've got Moohan up there, and that's a good ball. That's good movement by Catherine Moohan. Sorsha is making a run in behind the goal, looking for her, but it's a little bit too strong, and the goalkeeper Gallagher picks that up easily. Moohan comes in with a challenge, and the referee gives that for over carrying, and Gormley is screaming for the ball. She wanted it taken really quickly. It wasn't, and it's going to be left for Gormley to come out now and take. So 6 points in it. As I said before, it's not necessarily an awful lot at this level, but it's still 6 points. Could become 5 as we go into added time at the end of the half. That's Gormley, who got the only other one from a free, a little bit closer than this. That might drift to the right, or is it coming in? It's gone wide again. And that kind of sums up the first half, which is nearly at an end. Rebecca Heron says, good luck, Hannah Cavlin, from your auntie Rebecca in Bulgaria. Really? You're on halls? And Alice McAleer watching my brilliant nieces Aoife and Cora in Florida. So we do have an audience all over. So those are the Coleilan connections. That's well won by Ciara Walsh, the captain from Turlestrane. Katrina King says best of luck, Cara King and Sligo. And they've had a little bit of luck, but they've also played extremely well in this half and are doing so again. That's going to be a Tyrone ball, but they've battled and they've played very mature football, very tight defensively, and they've been patient and creative in attack, and they've coped with everything. They've kept Tyrone down to a point. Who would have thought that? Saoirse Gormley has scored 11 goals in 29 in 7 games. I don't think she's even played maybe all of the 7 games. I think she had a bit of an injury at one point, but even if she did, 11, 29, and then today she's got 1 point, and Tyrone have got 1 point. I would have made them favourites coming into today, but that's not the way it's turned out, and they've worked so hard in defence. And there is Durkin back again trying to keep them out, but Gormley has got in now on the other side. She's gone over to the right and she's ducking and diving to get in there, and there is no way through, and it's going to be a free out. And that sums up the first half. Frustration for Gormley, frustration for Tyrone, and Sligo have been the masters. It's been a pretty superb Sligo in the first half. 7 points to 1, 32 minutes played. And that should be just about us. Well, we did have a few breaks, I suppose. Maybe another minute. The referee is certainly letting it go. This is Flynn. She seems to have grown in confidence, and so has her team. She's been chased by Quinn, but she keeps going. Runs into Marlowe. Tyrone get it, and they will transition. Ref looks at his watch. Looks at his watch again, and I think he's going to blow as he is, as Tyrone are in possession around halfway. He didn't have enough time on the watch to let them go. Sligo supporters around me wave their flags. They are thrilled with their team. They lost the final last year, and they have come out this year to make amends, and certainly that first half performance has been very, very impressive. A surprising scoreline, I suppose, unless you are from Sligo. They lead 7 points to 1 here in Brewster Park in Enniskillen in the ZuCar All-Ireland Under-18B final. Join us for the second half in about 7 or 8 minutes time. In the meantime, 1 or 2 quick messages. Morton Molyneux enjoying the game from Alberta and Canada. Thank you, Morton. He's a regular viewer and supporter of ladies football. Claire McLaughlin says come on Sligo. Trish Galvin says go on Sligo ladies, you can do it. Great team effort. That's a really good point. And Kathleen Kane says keep up the good work all. So those are the messages coming in. We hope you've been enjoying the coverage in the first half. It's 7 points to 1. All to play for though, still in the second half.
For great value, quality and choice of hundreds of used cars, trust ZuCar.ie to buy or sell your car. Proud performance partner of the LGFA.
Kevin, what's it like to be back in Croke Park here today?
It's fantastic to be here today for this event. Generally, we have rain here, so it's a lovely day, and great to be here. I'm very proud of to be involved in the LGFA, particularly in their 50th year, and great to be sponsoring such a great bunch.
They just celebrated 50 years last week, and of course that's looking back, but looking forward, these girls are the future.
It's fantastic to see such commitment, such passion, such energy, such drive from them, and it's really the future's bright with such great youngsters playing the game.
And you've been behind that for the last 2-3 years now, so you're sort of like sponsoring the next generation. We've
been involved with the LGFA, our ZuCar business, for 3 years, and it's been fantastic. The association has been great, and great to be involved, and so proud of all the hard work that everybody does, and the girls are absolutely fantastic.
Welcome back for the second half. Both teams just making their way to their positions for the 2024 ZuCar All-Ireland Under-18 B final. Tyrone 1 point, Sligo 7 points. Tyrone in the second half playing from left to right. And I'm just looking around to see any changes. We'll pick them up as we go on. The Sligo supporters giving a lot of noise and encouragement to their team to keep this up. They don't want to see Sligo losing for a second year in a row. It's a marvellous achievement to get to 2 finals in a row, but they want to win one, and it would be terrific for Sligo to get an All-Ireland B title. But Tyrone setting off with a substitute who's just come in at half-time. That is the one chance, or one change, and she had a chance right away but doesn't get through. She had the same result as everybody else from Tyrone in the first half. Emma Murphy from Moortown. And she scored 1-2 so far in the championship. She went straight for it and tried to get her score, but couldn't get through. This is Anna McDaniel. The support coming in from Giblin, and that's one of the huge features, has been their support play. And then this lovely creative play and a lovely little dummy solo win there as well from Flynn. Sligo have picked up from where they left off and drilled over the bar by McDaniel. Super Sligo. 8 points to 1 have picked up where they left off in the first half. That's a super score, but you could just see with the body language, from the body language, that they're very confident and they knit together so well and they find their players so well, whereas Tyrone rely on that sort of a ball, a big long ball, but it has worked, and it's good support coming in on the run from Cora Quinn, picking it up from her sister Aoife. And there is the substitute coming in, and now they get it to Sorsha. She doesn't hang around, she goes for it from distance. It's not going to reach though, is it? It's well watched by Gallagher. And Tyrone remain without a score from play. But at least the intent was there that time, and the play was good. They moved it quickly. Now they get it to Gormley again. They will want to get her on the ball as much as possible. She leaves one player down and goes for a score, and does get Tyrone's first score from play at last. And it's taken Gormley to come out the field a little bit. She had 2 goes at it, got it at the second time of asking, and she'll be hoping that that inspires her team. 2 minutes into the second half, gets it to a 6-point game again. But more importantly, Tyrone's first from play, and might just give them a little bit of hope. Well, the sub has come in there. Number 18, Emma Murphy. Let's see if she makes a difference. She's picked up the number 9, Cara King. That is Crozier battling for it, but she only palms it down into the arms of King. Sligo, I don't think will panic, but Gormley nips in there. She steals it. She's so swift and brave to get in and win the ball, but play will be held up because the Tyrone player is down, and the captain checks on her teammate. And the referee, Ray McBride from Dublin, will come over to check with the sideline and make sure that there's enough time for treatment, and indeed that will be their priority. Tyrone winning it back again, and Gormley, such an exciting player, even just when she tackles for the ball. It wasn't hers, but she swooped in there so fast. As I said in the first half, I'll be checking your messages as we go through the second half, and I'm sure it'll be an exciting finish. Tyrone well in this game still. Paul Campbell says best of luck, Maeve and Tyrone, from your Waterford cousins watching from south of France. Up Tyrone. Pauline Brown says come on Tyrone, let's go Bree. Jason Pierce, let's go Sligo. And Hazel from Alabama, currently watching from Oklahoma. Thank you for that message. Let's get back to the play, because the Tyrone centre half, McCrossan, bursts through, trying to create a little bit of space for her forwards so they can maybe take it. Gormley, she's noticeably come a bit further out from goal, wants to get on that right foot again, and that looks good. She got the range. Well, she's had 3 goals in the second half. The first one didn't have the range, the second 2 half. And Gormley, coming out around the 45, is beginning to have some joy, and that means Tyrone are having some joy, and they're back in this. 5 points in it, but more importantly, the attacking threat is there more than it was. And interestingly, Bree McBride is now picking up Kiva Flynn. That's an interesting matchup. Flynn, the playmaker for her team, and when they get her on the ball, she is very effective. But Bree McBride has sort of abandoned the sweeper role and is now gone for the marking role, following Flynn everywhere she goes. Tyrone still with an awful lot of work to do. And this is great play coming out of defence for Sligo, knitting together beautifully again. It was Ciara Walsh, the captain, of course. Now it ends up with Giblin over in the right corner. They're really impressive, Sligo, the way they retain the ball and the way they support each other and find each other. That's a good movement. Obviously, they've been extremely well coached and they're good value for their lead so far. Tyrone have put it up to them a little bit better, and this happened. That's a dangerous one coming across. Lavin's in there, the number 12. Tyrone struggling to deal with it, and it could be a penalty. Is it? The referee's coming over, or is it a free? It looks like a free. It's a free in. There's an element of panic. Let's see again what happened in there. The ball was on the ground. The Tyrone player, yeah, she just touched it on the ground, and that's a free in, not a penalty. And it's going to be the number 15, Ellen Giblin. It was 2 against 2 in there, and it's just as I was praising Sligo for the way they play, they could have delivered a hammer blow. As it is, it could be a point. Should be a point, and is a point. That's a good response from them. They go to 9 points to 3, and the 6-point gap is restored. And there from that high wide shot, you see the Tyrone options, but that kick out has gone straight to the number 9, King. And she has been very impressive today. And now it's Flynn on the left foot. Bree tries to get in on her, but has it got the distance? Well, it's just gone to the left. But Flynn fancied it from there and was not far away. And even though McBride is following her, she still got that ball rather easily. She's such an intelligent player. 6 minutes gone in the second half. It's been a very interesting 6 minutes. Tyrone have found their attacking threat, but they need to get the ball from the kickouts. And again, it goes long, and this time the movement is good and the kick is good. And they find Aoife Quinn from Coal Island, and she's got lots of room in front of her. That's one way of beating the press. Give it long. This is Muhan. Finds the other substitute. Oh, brilliant from Gormley. And now on her left foot, but that's going to go to the left. In fact, it's going to stay in play. And it's Muhan who's there looking for it, but Gallagher comes out to deal with it, and the referee lets it go on. I thought she might have been fouled, but Muhan gets a shot in. Brilliantly blocked, though, by Cara King, and she has had an amazing game all over the field. That's Leanne Galvin getting in there for Sligo, and Sligo get the decision. And boy, do the Sligo people like that. Again, they repel the Tyrone attack. I still feel that there's going to be a big threat from Tyrone as this game goes on, and it's going to be a hectic last 10 minutes. But Sligo are keeping that 6-point lead for the minute. They're also looking at bringing on a sub. Tara Hastings from Owen Rua is being warmed up. Now that's an interesting ball over the top, and it goes all the way through to the one Sligo player inside the 45. That's Giblin, and she does well to win it. And she's got Tyrone players all around her, but they can't get near her. They do in the end, but she still has it. Feeds Flynn. Who else? McBride is there with her, of course, but she gets away and still gets her kick in. And it just doesn't reach, though. And that's good goalkeeping again by McCaffrey. Serious pressure coming in from Sligo, even on the goalkeeper, that time by McGoldrick. And Tyrone just trying to get up the field, but it's Cara King, who else, leading the charge once again from Sligo. And the room now is for Lavin. Should put it over, but puts it just to the right. But it's coming back for a free. And it's Sligo's work rate that is just astonishing today, and is winning balls all over the field. And Tyrone cannot seem to get their hands on a ball. They're having to work so hard to get anywhere. And there is the change for Sligo. Emer Mitchell makes way. Haven't really got time to look at your messages, but thank you for them and keep them coming. Fergal Quinn is a Balahi man supporting Tyrone today. Who would have thought it? He's supporting his Broca nieces, Aoife and Cora Quinn. Maeve Fanning come on Tyrone, waiting for my niece Cora Michael Duff to come on and help Saoirse score some points. Good luck from Chicago. From distance, Ellen Giblin from Curry. She gets it high, and that looks good to me, and it has gone over the bar. They stretch it to a 7-point lead. Well, they've taken what Tyrone can throw at them, and they've come back with more. Again, Tyrone go with a high kick out, but again, King is underneath it. She definitely has been the king of the castle today. That's a great ball into Anna McDaniel in a little bit of room. Scooped away for Tyrone though. You feel a goal at this point might just kill the game a little bit and leave it too difficult for Tyrone. It might be too much behind, and there's going to be a free for that late challenge coming in. But it's a sign of the way the game has been going. Tyrone sending in another sub. That's a sign that they know they're in trouble. And it's Ciara Hughes from Clonau O'Rahilly's. So another change for Tyrone, and it's 23 for 7. So Cora Quinn coming off the field now. Just checking your messages as I said. Catherine O'Dowd, well done Sligo, great first half, keep it going. Now this free stands to put 8 points in it. Who would have thought it? Maybe just Sligo people. Well, they all can kick the ball high. A lot of these efforts have gone very high, but that has actually gone to the right. That's a little bit of a let-off for Tyrone. 10 points to 3 it remains, 7 points in it, 11 minutes into the second half. Those are the facts. But games like this can change if Tyrone can build up a head of steam and they can get a goal. There's still a long time to go, but at the minute it's Sligo dealing with everything. Tyrone's kickouts have tended to go long in the second half, and I'd say they've had a 50% success rate, and this one has worked, definitely, because it's gone to Gormley. Off she goes, lots of black jerseys in front of her. She feeds it in because they want a goal here. There's still a chance of a goal, and Gormley actually jumps in and actually fouls her own player, if you like, or at least collides with her own player. Can you foul your own player? But yeah, she jumped in trying to get the ball. She jumped over the 2 Sligo players and landed on her own player. And the 2 Sligo girls are down. I'm not sure what the referee has given. I think he might just hop this. I'm not quite sure. He's checking now. We'll see what happened. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, they just collided, the 2 players, and then you see Gormley crashing in. And in the end, from all that, I would say it's probably a hot ball. I think that's what he's indicating as well. No intent there, but the goal intent was definitely there from Tyrone. You could see they had goal on their mind. Gormley was going for it, and if she can engineer something and get a goal, then it's game on. But at the minute, 7 points in it, and Sligo coping extremely well. 900 devices watching on YouTube alone from all over the world, as you have heard. Keep the messages coming. Feel free to leave a message there on Facebook or on YouTube. The service being provided free to watch thanks to the Ladies Gaelic Football Association and their sponsor ZuCar Ireland. So Sligo runners up last year to Kerry. They beat Clare in the semi-finals. Tyrone beat Dublin in their semi-final, 1-9 to 1-8. That was pretty low scoring as well. But they have been in the A final 5 times. Only won it the once. This is their first ever B final. They have had 7 games this year, Tyrone. They've won 5, lost 2. We get going again, and Tyrone get it. Lots of black jerseys back there. Tyrone will just try to get a point here if they get position. Gormley, of course, is the shooter, throwing dummy solos, but been tackled ferociously. And in the end, it is a free in to Tyrone. The pressure on Gormley is immense. The numbers they get around her, and she is the star player, and she does unfortunately have to get used to having that sort of treatment. That's the price that you have to pay, unfortunately. So many defenders go on alert when you're that special. Huge crowd here in Brewster Park. I'm just looking down, and all I can see for a long way is a big crowd, and the supporters in red and white raise their flags and cheer that one. because it's 4 points for Tyrone, gets it back to a 6-point game, but we're approaching the third quarter and we're exactly where we were at half time. It's been an interesting, lively first quarter, the first 14 minutes, but still Sligo keep their lead. The kick out from Gallagher, who seems very comfortable in there, but that kick has been picked up by Emma McCrossan for Tyrone. Again, good tackling from Sligo and they turn it over. Walsh composed in there, and a nice little change of direction and a beautiful little kick pass into space as well. Well, that's the way to beat the pressure. That's a lovely little bit of play, and it was the number 14 Rachel McGoldrick. Now this is Anna McDaniel. They have so many excellent players all over the field. The free has been given. Has he given the advantage? He has, and he's let it go, and good stuff too, because they've got it to Durkin, and she might and could score here. And as she got it over, she has. You can only admire that score. It had everything good about Sligo's performance. They turned it over in defence. Great skill to come out of defence with a pass through the hands and then a lovely kick pass. Great support play from the corner back, number 4, who's had an absolutely terrific game. And that's why they have a 7-point lead. The long kick out has gone pretty much the same spot on the pitch all through the second half from Tyrone. And I think that's maybe 2 out of 5 or so that have worked. That's what it feels like. And Sligo get possession again. McGoldrick does well to hold possession despite the spill. This is McDaniel, who's had a terrific game as well. They've all had terrific games of black jerseys. Oh, stop. Stop it, Sligo. This is too good. This is an 8-point lead now, and they stretch it for the first time in the game to that margin with absolutely outstanding football. It's hard to see a way back for Tyrone. And yet again, the kick out goes to exactly the same spot. It works though this time, because the number 23, Ciara Hughes, has it. Moohan has stayed in at full forward for Tyrone. Gormley is around the middle. She's been marshalled by Dunleavy. She has her hand out. She's saying, I know where you are, I'm watching her. But Gormley nips off behind her back, and she's looking to get it from Crozier, and gets it from Crozier. A point will do at this point, just to steady the ship a little bit, and she gets it. Well, when Tyrone work like that, it seems easy. But that's only their 5th point in the game. They need a lot more of that, and they need it quickly. 17 minutes in. Can Tyrone get possession from this kick out? Or will Gallagher find somebody? Well, she just belts it up the middle, looking for Flynn or anybody. The hands come in, it breaks, and it's well read by Giblin, I think it was, and she puts it in, and it's 2-on-2 in there. Well worked by Emily Conlon, though, to get possession for Tyrone and to feed it to McBride, to McCrossan. And off she goes. The girl from Omasandenda sees a little bit of space there, and you know they're always looking, where is Sorsha? Can we get her? But she has been closely followed by Walsh on this occasion. Everybody keeps an eye on her. Meanwhile, Tyrone go on, and they might get a score. No, it's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. Nearly 18 minutes gone. I'd be interested in your contenders, by the way, for player of the match. I know it might be a wee bit early, but feel free to leave your comment there. I'd be very interested to find out who you think. Cara King, for me, has had a fantastic game, but lots of Sligo girls have had great games. Kiva Flynn as well, McGoldrick, McDaniel, Giblin, they've all been terrific. And of course, Aoibhinn Durkin. This is McGoldrick. And that's their substitute, number 18, who came in, Tara Hastings. They've only made the one change, I think. Whereas Tyrone have made 3 or even 4, maybe. That maybe tells a little bit of a story. Here's Flynn. That's lovely play again. She's such an intelligent playmaker. Gets it to McDaniel. Always so lively. The support is coming. Oh, and they feed it through, and this is McGoldrick through for goal, and the goalkeeper McCaffrey does well to keep Tyrone in it. They persist though with McDaniel again. They try to get the ball out, and it's going for overcarrying, and that's a little bit of success that Tyrone can cheer about, but they're still 7 down and hanging on in this game. That, you feel, would have killed it But the goalkeeper, McCaffrey, came out and saved it with, I think it was her feet, maybe her shins, but whatever it was, it kept it out. And we remain without a goal in this game. And you consider that Tyrone played Monaghan in the group stages, no, in the Ulster final actually, and there was 12 goals in that game. Not so today. We're not over yet. Clock says 19:41, so just over 10 minutes plus whatever the referee will add on. But it's going to take a pretty sensational last 10 minutes from Tyrone if they're going to turn this round. Sligo so far have been well worth their lead. Now the referee is going to hold up play again because there's another substitute for Sligo, and it's Orna Murphy, number 20 from Coolera Strandhill. And a big round of applause, well deserved, for Gillian Monaghan. One of the things I like about Sligo is that most of the players don't stay in position. They all work all over the pitch. And she was one of them. Kick out. Surprise, surprise. Goes to the same side, but she threads it through beautifully on this occasion to find Ciara Hughes. And they transfer the ball quickly. That's exactly what they need to do. Gormley is a long way from the ball. I look for her every time the ball goes forward, and it seems like the Tyrone players do, and so do the Sligo defenders. She is the focal point, but isn't involved on this occasion. Now that, I think, it's going to drop left or over the bar, is it? No, it's gone left and it's gone wide. Frustration for Tyrone. They can't afford to miss chances like that at this stage in the game. We're now into the last 10. McBride penalised. She protests. But a free given to Sligo, and the referee looking to have more than a word with McBride. He's actually getting his book out. Is this a tick or a yellow? Just a tick, I think. It is. And this just kills the game a little bit. Thumbs up to the sideline for Sligo. She's okay to continue, but it'll just kill the momentum a little bit. I say momentum. There isn't really one team with the momentum at the moment. And it's Flynn, followed by Gormley and now McBride. And Walsh with the kick, but Tyrone could get possession here, and it just bounces off the foot of McCoubry and falls kindly for Sligo, and McDaniel does well. This is the sub who come in. Will they get through for a goal? This would really kill it. 8 minutes to go. McGoldrick is there, soccer style. The Sligo Rover, 16-year-old from St John's in Sligo, has surely scored the goal that seals the ZuCar All-Ireland Under-18 B final for Sligo against Tyrone. 8 minutes to go, and they stretch their lead to 10 points. They're going to make up for last year's disappointment by winning it this time, at the second time of asking, unless there's something very, very dramatic in the next 8 minutes or so. A soccer toe poke by the soccer player. That's a good kick out. It works this time. It's the same kick out every time, but this time it does work. And Emma Murphy trying to get it down that left hand side. Gormley in the middle, nips into a little bit of space to try and get possession. Quinn gives it to her, but she's a long way from goal, faced up by the Sligo captain, who is getting closer and closer to lifting that cup. And she's getting closer and closer to Gormley as well, but Tyrone pass around the other side now to Quinn and now to Sheehy, but that is, I think, 3 in a row that have gone wide on the left hand side from Tyrone, and it just ain't happening for the O'Neill County. Elaine Healy on YouTube is enjoying the coverage of the game. Thank you for your kind comments. Moya Barrett says go Cara King. Any more thoughts on player of the match now that we're getting even closer to the end? Easy possession there. Actually, we're up at 1,100 devices now watching this game, so well over the 1,000, and that's just on YouTube. Over carrying, free for Tyrone. And it's a credit to Sligo that Saoirse Gormley has not had one sight of goal. They've really done their homework, and as their manager told me, or their captain told me at Croke Park during the week, they have their plan, they're ready to go for it, they're ready for Tyrone, and they certainly have been ready today. This is Muhan. That looks like it's going to curl over nicely, and it does. 6 points to Tyrone, 9 in it, 5 to go. Tyrone throw in another sub, 17. Niamh Quinn from Errigal Kieran is coming on. See him club as a manager, Darren McCann, and comes in for Aoife Quinn. So Quinn for Quinn. Gallagher, and this is interesting. Look at the amount of space in front of her there. Nobody going short, or maybe they're leaving the room to go short. No, they kick long, and Walsh is brilliantly fouled, and pretty dramatically fouled as well. And that's a painful one, and it was a clash of the captains, and they're both hurt. It's a sign of the commitment of these girls. They're so desperate to win and help their teams, but the two captains have actually managed to get hurt from that. There's a sore one. The referee taking time to talk to his lines people. He's got Anya Martin and Marie Brady on the sidelines. He's waving away the managers, trying to get another version of what happened there. Here it is again. The kick out was long. That was taken by Walsh. That's Walsh number 6, and there comes that one. Well, it actually wasn't Gormley. The second challenge was Gormley, actually, because the number 14 McGoldrick came in on her. So she was definitely fouled there, but maybe the foul was just before that on the Sligo player, and that's what the free has been given for. So that's good to have the replay to clear that up. It happened so quickly the first time. And that, I think, is a word by the referee for the second challenge by McGoldrick on Gormley. And I think she might even get a yellow card here, judging by the body language here. And that's good refereeing. They didn't have the benefit of a replay that we saw, but they've worked together with the lines people, and they've come to the right decision there, I have to say. We don't like to see players being put off, but it was a bit of a reckless and unnecessary challenge, I would have to say. And now I think the referee has decided to hop it, and indeed that's because of that challenge. Otherwise it would have been a free for Sligo. So a hop ball. So after all that, the clock says 3 minutes to go. But there will, I'd say, be about 5 minutes, do you think? I thought Tyrone had won that, but the captain Walsh nipped in there and won the break. And it's right in front of the stand, and the Sligo supporters enjoyed that. Don't mean to be harsh on Rachel, by the way, but she has had a terrific game. Just reading it as I see it. That was Mitchell fouling the ball on the ground for Sligo. Tyrone running out of time. 9 points down. They've scored 5 times in the second half. Hug on the jersey by Giblin. The referee will tick for that. And look how far Gormley has now had to come to get the ball in her own half. And she's got 13 Sligo players ahead of her. She's trying to make ground. Goes back to Tori McMullen. She goes for the crossfield ball, but it's not going to make it. And Sligo will break. Don't think they've enough players really to get a score here, or do they? It's Giblin. She's still going, and she's going to get a free, and that will do nicely for Sligo. And they take it quickly as well. It's a great ball across to McDaniel. That's good, smart thinking. They're so alert, these Sligo players. They fully deserve this lead. That's well blocked in there by Mike Mullen, and she goes to the ball looking a little bit tired, as you would expect. Marlowe now. That's a good kick pass, and she finds McCoubry. Is there something special here for Tyrone? Sligo coming across to tackle with their number 18 Hastings, but Tyrone knitting this together well. The two captains are together. Gormley in the middle, but can they get it to her? Or can one of the others score? It's Muhan, but she doesn't connect. Snatched at it a little bit. And Sligo sauntering, it has to be said, to this All-Ireland title. 9 points to the good. Gallagher will go long again to her right, looking for Flynn. And on the break, who's going to get there? McBride goes for it, but doesn't get it. Sligo win it. That's good scrapping again. Was it Durkin over there? I think it was, the number 4. Here comes King, my player of the match. Don't know if she'll get the award, but that's just my opinion. What's your opinion? Leave a message there on the YouTube or Facebook to let me know who you think your player of the match is. A challenge comes in from the Tyrone defence. That is a legal free in, and this plays into Sligo's hands beautifully. And their manager Keith McLaughlin down below me, a very happy man at this point. He can't celebrate just yet, but he's sure to be in a happy place. Rialta says Ellen Giblin for player of the game. Yeah, good shout, very good shout. Shane McGrath says Cara King, class act, definitely woman of the match. Shout out to Niamh Barrett, Rebecca McLaughlin, Eve McNamara and Shauna McGrath. Thanks for that. And a Tyrone person, Schiff, says Sligo too good and well deserving of the win today. Those the comments coming in. And the point coming in over the bar. 1-13 for Sligo. You can't argue with the scoreboard. They've done it on the scoreboard and they've done it on the field. And their supporters now starting to chant. They're right beside me, as you can probably hear. Below me, Rachel McGoldrick, still in the sin bin, but poised at the gate. Either when she gets back on or for the final whistle, which is not far away now. We're in the 2nd minute of added time. It's a 10-point game. McBride pokes it forward. There's a chance here for Tyrone to get a score. Gormley is through in the middle. She's calling for it if they can reach her, but instead they go for a point. She was calling for it. She knows only a goal will do at this stage, and even that might be too late. But they do get their point. It's a 9-point game. But the grandstand finish has not materialised. We will be staying on, by the way, for the cup presentation at the end of the game. Walsh palms it down for Flynn. Free for Sligo. Actually, the cup will be presented in the stand here, so you're not going to see that. Our camera's above the stand, I've just realised. But we will try and get out there. Now, just a second. 2 more minutes, I'm being told. We've already played 2.5 though. So not long left now. Hastings for Sligo. Dunleavy for Sligo. McDaniel. Ball into the corner looking for Blaheen Lavin, and she gets it, and off she goes again. Are they going to seal the win with another goal? She's straight on one-on-one. At the second attempt comes off the crossbar. Well, they didn't need it, but they would have taken it. And Tyrone managed to repel the Sligo attack, but Sligo still full of energy. Giblin. Will she seal player of the match? Well, she might still get it, but no score on that occasion. A late flurry of efforts and goal from Sligo. I see some Tyrone supporters, I think, making for the exit. There's a big crowd here. Maybe they want to get out of the stadium here in Enniskillen. Sligo player is down. The rest of the Sligo panel, apart from on the pitch, are poised down below us. Late sub coming in for Sligo. 17 for 12. 17 is Saoirse Corcoran for Blaheen Lavin, who I think was a player who was injured in that attack. Yeah, it was her. Well, you know we're going well when the players coming off get a reception like that. they completely deserve it. Fantastic performance by all of the Sligo panel today. Great credit to them. Fantastic performance. And they've won it again. From start to finish, they have just been the better team, individually and as a team. Giblin gives it in. And there is a sub who's just come in. Back to Giblin. And look how confidently she just passes the ball across. Now Gormley comes back there to win it, but McBride immediately under pressure. And that kick is going to go over the line, and that's been one of the features of Sligo's game. They put so much pressure on the player on the ball, or the player from Tyrone even trying to get the ball. They've never given Tyrone a second to settle. Referee takes a look at his watch. Well, one of his watches. Referees always have watches on both wrists. He looks at both of them. That means it's serious. That means we're nearly there. And it's all over, and Sligo have made up for the disappointment of last year by coming back to win it at the second time of asking. Sligo are the 2024 ZuCar All-Ireland Under-14 B champions, and you can see exactly what it means to them. They thoroughly deserved it with a fabulous performance, 113-7. They were brilliant all over the field from start to finish. They finished it with a terrific goal, but they won it on the day, hands down. They dealt with everything Tyrone had, but maybe it was the experience of last year that has brought them through, and their manager Keith McLaughlin and the rest of the team down there are thoroughly entitled to be very pleased with themselves and their team. They have put out their stall here, they have come back and they have won this title, and they have won it in style, it has to be said. Kerry won it last year, Monaghan before that, and for a Connacht winner, I'm going all the way back to Roscommon, the very first winners of it in 2009. Sligo have bridged that gap. Credit to all of the players, the panel and their management. Some of the supporters go on now with their flags. It's an All-Ireland for Sligo. Their manager Keith McLaughlin, Kieran Kilkenny in there, not that Kieran Kilkenny, this is another one. Geraldine Walsh, the FLO, I think she's the mother of the captain Ciara. The physio Cleana Devani, and the team officials Jerry Quinn, Brian King and Beatrice Murta King. The hugs say it all. Sligo are the champions, and we will stay on for the presentation, which will be made in the stand. So as I say, you're not going to see that, I'm afraid. We maybe should have had a word before the game, but Brendan Craig is waiting to make that presentation up in the stand. He is the LGFA Vice President from Roscommon. I'm not going to ask him to go out onto the pitch at this stage, but you will see the players on the field, and indeed you will see all the supporters out there, and we will go down and get a few interviews as well. There's all the happy faces from Sligo, and after that disappointment of last year, it's great to see that, and that's from a Tyrone man who is now watching the Tyrone manager Darren McCann console his players and thank him for the effort that they put in today and this year. It was a huge effort, and they came in to this game with high hopes, but they simply came up against a better team today, and Sligo were absolutely full value for their win. Did I say under 14? Sorry, but that meant under 18, of course. Did I really? Well, Sheaf thinks it did, but anyway, might have slipped through, but definitely under 18 today. But we have been watching some of these girls since under 14 coming through, and the talent is terrific. And you saw the level of quality here today from both sides. Really is spectacular to see. Jacqueline Nimmock says Sligo the strongest team on the day. Great to see the young players playing at this level. That's exactly what I was saying, Jacqueline. So those comments coming in on YouTube. Checking on Facebook for you as well, where a lot of people were watching the game, and Elaine O'Neill pipes in with "Come on Armagh" and gives us, well actually, I'm reading the wrong game. That makes sense now. Thought she'd come into the Tyrone one, but that was the wrong game I was watching. I'll go back to the Tyrone game to look for your comments, because the Armagh game was on as well. It would make a lot of sense if I followed the right game. Morton says, well done Sligo. Hannah Walsh, congratulations girls. Kitty Higgins sends us a few hearts in black and white colours. Catherine O'Dowd, brilliant, well done. Sligo. Linda Clancy, brilliant, well-deserved winners. Congratulations, up Sligo. Breda Feeney, well done Sligo. Katrina Oates, brilliant, well done ladies. Emer Healy, congratulations Sligo, fantastic win. And Nessa Cosgrove with a similar comment there for Sligo. Well, Brendan's down on his own here in the stand with the cup. I don't see him getting the captain or anyone getting the captain just yet. So we might be a while, and it will require somebody to go over there and get the captain at some point, and then the rest of them will follow. But Ciara Walsh is in there somewhere. That's Rachel McGoldrick. Sinbind right at the end, but what a terrific game, and her goal really killed the contest. And let's watch it again here. The number 14, the Sligo Rover, gets through and used her soccer skills there. A little transfer to the left foot and side-footed it past the keeper. That was the only goal of the game. Don't think they needed it really. I think they would have won anyway, but it just sort of put the icing on the cake. And I'll keep talking here because I don't see anybody going out to get the captain still. So we're still going to be waiting for this presentation, but we will stay on for it. Everybody seems to be wearing black out there, so I'm trying to spot Ciara and I can't spot her. I don't think she's going to come over by herself, so I think somebody's going to have to go and find her, or we could be here a while. Trish Galvin on Facebook says, super team, they played fantastic, deserving winners. Orla Flynn, congratulations girls. Michelle McGrath Casey, congratulations Sligo. Damien Kerrigan, brilliant, up Sligo. Patrick Flannery, congratulations to the Sligo girls, fair play to everyone involved. Michelle also says congratulations to all the players from St Attractas and Tubbercurry, and yeah, that's a good point. Credit to the schools as well as the clubs. And there are the Tyrone players getting a few hugs as well in the sunshine. And there's the senior manager Sean O'Kane in the middle of it all, and of course he's beside Saoirse Gormley. And next weekend they will be in Croke Park for the TG Cahir All-Ireland Intermediate Final, so maybe Saoirse can make up for the loss today by winning on that occasion when they will have Connacht opponents again, of course. And still there's no sign of the captain being brought up to the podium here in the stand. And I'm trying to get Brendan's attention here to suggest that maybe somebody goes down to get her. But no sign of her. I see the number 8 coming over actually. That's Jasmine Dunleavy. So she's been brought over. Maybe she's been named as the player of the match. Maybe that's what that is. So that'll maybe get the ball rolling. I'm sure Sligo people don't mind the delay. Fintan Kennedy says, well done Sligo. Super performance from Cathy in goals to Ellen Giblin, keeping the scoreboard ticking. Looking forward to see Ciara lifting the cup. So proud of her. And from all in Turlestrane. I'm not sure you're actually going to see the presentation because it's been made in the stand, but we'll try and get a shot of it on phones, and I'm sure everyone else will get a shot of it, and we will stay on to get a few interviews as well for you. Going back onto YouTube, Colm O'Donnell, well done Sligo, fantastic results. Sean Carroll, hugely talented group and a well-deserved win. Joan Gallagher, fantastic achievement ladies. Fiona Kilcoyne, fantastic result. Trevor McGoldrick, great teamwork Sligo, well deserved. Commiserations to Tyrone. Kathleen Kane says superb football, fantastic win for Sligo from the throw-in. They played fantastic, relentless pressure all the way through. Enjoy the celebrations as All-Ireland champions. How good does that sound, Sligo? The announcement's now been made. And now they're asking for the players to come over. That's an idea. Patricia McCreast, oh, I'm on the wrong game again. Heartbreaking for Armagh. So obviously Armagh got beat in the other game in the C final. Just checking any last comments. Gillespie's and Tubbercurry. Well done Sligo, great performance. Congratulations to all involved. Pauline Loftus, congratulations girls. Jerry Wheelahan, great stuff, well done. So it's Sligo in the sunshine in Fermanagh. And they don't mind the delay here. They don't mind waiting, because I hope they won't mind me saying, but they don't get too many All-Irelands. And they will treasure this one, especially after the disappointment of last year. I hope you don't mind me talking to myself, but I have no other choice here because we're waiting. Ah, another announcement. Some of the players coming over. Cara King coming up now onto the steps. Well, that's 2 players now we've got. And they're asking for the rest of the players to come up. We need the captain, that's the important one. So the Sligo players will be going out of your view. You see them all coming now under the stand and disappear from your view, but you will see the supporters and their reaction, and hopefully you'll hear the announcements as well. We'll have the player of the match, and we will have the cup handed over to Ciara Walsh from Turlestrand. Morgan Walsh says congratulations Sligo girls, great win. Gary Clancy, well done. Jasmine Dunleavy, Uncle Michael would be extremely proud. Up Sligo from Antina. And Black Rhino says well done ladies from all in Boston. So Sligo people all over the world enjoying this victory. And I'm just getting it confirmed that the player of the match is Jasmine Dunleavy. It could have gone to any 5 or 6. I have to say I didn't mention her, but in hindsight, yeah, she got through an awful lot of work in there, but no one else did actually. And now all the players are now up behind me. You're going to have to take my word for it, but they're all up behind the cup.
Vi should go there or Fios Colony. It's there going all over the Gino, the Tyrone, against the Sligo, against a new on the smallest ship new we should go hot water for. Tom Weed, the Effigy, and the Conde, and the Rain by Scuta, the attacking over go there. The Himroy, the Tishmahori, and the Scott Devon, and the Dover, the Huron and Bean Shop, but the Beans of all the news, Big Forbert, on Cliffa, is the competition. Would you give all the players, the managing teams, the people who work so hard, the girls who work so hard, not just this year, but down the years, to reach this fantastic standard that we saw today, and to give such a fantastic show of football. So, both of us, to all the players,
I hope you're picking up what Brendan is saying. He's congratulating all of the players, and on Facebook, Bernie Egan's sums it up nicely. Congratulations to everyone, especially the St John's girls, Holly and Rachel, and she's watching from Brisbane. That's Bernie and Jared in Australia watching this.
And these girls on both teams have given so much dedication, training and sacrifice to play our game, so they deserve a huge credit. So well done to all of them. Our game will not be able to take place without the officials who work so hard and give up their time. So we're very grateful to our referee today, Ray McSherry, to all his officials and all the officials who are refereeing our games over the year.
Brendan thanking the referee, Ray McBride from Round Towers, Clondalkin, and his team of officials. Anya and Marie on the lines.
Thank you to Brewster Park and the officials here in Fermanagh for making this wonderful stadium and facilities available to us. It's a wonderful venue for a final, and it's an excellent condition, so well done.
That's us doing our best to get a shot for you of the presentation. We're trying our best creatively to get some sort of a shot, but as you can see, the stand is very dark and the pitch is very bright, and you can see Brendan there speaking.
Our sponsors, thank you to ZuCar for all the coverage and publicity in our games, and particularly today to the sponsors of the Minor Championship, to ZuCar, thank you very much, well done, for your knowledge. To Tyrone, I know you've had great success down the years at this level, but today it's just didn't happen for you. We've had a great run. It's a fantastic achievement to get to an round final. You should be very proud of yourselves. Keep your heads up high, go back and play for your county at another level, or maybe get a final level. So well done Tyrone, well done to Redham County. It's a proud day. Well done. To the year's country. The West is not asleep, the West is not a slumber deep, the West is wide awake. And you there in Sligo are at the forefront of that, and you're a fantastic team. Sligo football is very lucky to have you, and I expect you to go on in years ahead to win many more Ireland titles at adult level, and the best luck to you. Well done to you, and congratulations.
Spoken like a true Connacht man who wants to see Sligo go on from here. He's from Roscommon.
The match award goes to the Sligo number 9, Jerome Quinn.
Player of the match, Jasmine Dunleavy from Drumcliff, Ross's Point. And somewhere in there, she is getting her awards. And now Brendan will hand over the cup.
To present the cup, the minor Division 1 cup, to the captain of the victorious Sligo team, Peter Rush.
It's great to see so many people. I suppose we probably weren't even expecting it, so just hearing the cheers on throughout the whole game is great. So thanks to the crowd. Secondly, to the refereeing officials, they did a great job and it was very well done. So them, to Fermanagh for releasing the pitch. I know last year when the minors were in the final, we were down in the club pitch, so it's just great to give the girls the stadium they deserve today. So next I'd like to thank our managers. I forgot to mention a few when I see my interview before, so I'm going to get this right. Pete McLaughlin, Jerry, Brian, Kieran, Anya, Mum, T-shirts, Gina for the physio, James McDonald, company help from myself, so thank you to you all. To the parents, I think we were told today this is our 19th session, so it definitely wasn't easy bringing us up and down the road since late October, so thank you to you for all your work. coming in and just scored like such achievement from. But they're 4-5, I think they started goals contributed all year. And Katie Walsh is here to do the second part. Thanks to all of us for lastly, to Tyrone, we never thought this would be easy, and it wasn't easy. You pushed us right to the end. It was a hard fought battle. Your credit to yourselves and your plant leaders. Keep going. We were here last year. You come back, so I know that we'll see you again in the future. So do the bus for Tyrone.
I think they're all been told to stay in place so the photographers get a shot. And now all the players are making their way down onto the pitch back to their supporters with the cup, so they will come back into your shot, and we will go down to try and get some reaction from the players if we can, amongst that huge crowd of Cavan supporters down there and all of the players. We'll be getting lots of hugs, and then the photographs will be taken with the cup, and it looks like they're taking the players off to the left to get their photograph away from the crowd, which doesn't help us actually. We were hoping to get 1 or 2 interviews down there, but they've gone away over to our left. They're trying to get a better room there, obviously. In fact, they've the LGFA and ZuCar sponsorship banners over there, so they want to get their picture taken away from the crowd, and then the crowd, I'm sure, will make their way over and want to get all sorts of interviews over there. So I will go down and try and get a few interviews. I wonder, can I go over there to the left? Probably not. They've gone too far away from us. Sorry about this. It's a little bit drawn out and it's not really playing into our hands, but if you're patient with us, we will get a few interviews, and maybe we should just wait and get them afterwards and put them up on social media rather than holding you on here. We'll maybe just wait and get this photograph that you're going to see over there, because this will be quite a nice shot to finish on. So we'll finish on that, and then we'll go and record some interviews and put them up online later. How about that for a plan? Unfortunately, we can't get all the way over there to do the interviews. And the picture being taken there with Brendan on the captain with the cup to get that photograph, and then the whole group will come in. So they're just organising things over there for that. It doesn't look like the Sligo people want to leave, and you can't blame them. They're having a lovely day in the sun here, and they've won the cup. And you see all the photographers there, official and unofficial. And there's the player of the match, Jasmine Dunleavy, as well, getting her photograph taken. That's the individual photographs, and that's an important job. Look after the trophies so they don't get broken. And then the group photograph, they're going to bring them all in there, I think. Now, they might be sitting with their back to us. They're all sitting down in the sun, enjoying the day and enjoying a rest after their exertions. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to leave it there. You've seen most of it. No, we're actually going to, we'll stay for another minute, because there is the presentation. The players are going to stay there. I thought they were going to move them all, but they're all going to pile in there, and that's quite a nice photograph for us to finish on. And there is the captain, Ciara Walsh, jumping into the middle of them. She will be bringing the cup back tonight to Turlestrand. Sligo, All-Ireland champions. ZuCar, All-Ireland Under-18 champions for 2024. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We'll put up lots more later on social media on Ladies Gaelic Football, so you can hear how they did it and relive the best moments. But for now, from the team in Brewster Park and Enniskillen, it's goodbye.